Hopefully the sound has already kicked in. I was wondering whether to go back to the green screen again. You remember the green screen? I could project stuff on there, put backgrounds on there. I don't know. You know, I mean, what you see behind is books that I've read and or had to study. So it's actually a pretty fair picture of what I've been up to in the last, I don't know, 10 years or so, or maybe more, who knows. There was a really cute quote that I gave. I do two things. I do this reading, and I also do a thought for the day. The thought for the day was really cute, and it's worth repeating here. It's by a guy called Josh Billings, who was an American humorist and comedian of the 19th century. And this is really, I think, cute. He says, "As scarce as truth is, the supply has always been in excess of the demand." As scarce as truth is, the supply has always been in excess of the demand. I think that's kind of cute. Whoops. And my system decided it wanted to have a mind of its own, but here we go. So today's title is called Galloping Horses. That will be explained as we go through the reading. First quote is from someone everyone's heard of, someone I really admire because I have no idea how she did what she did. To me, it's just like a miracle. Helen Keller. You know, I know she wasn't born blind and deaf and so on, but it amazes me how she was eventually able to do what she did and have such a good attitude. And this could be straight out of the textbook of Science of Mind, Unity, Divine Science, or any other New Thought religion, or any religion that looks at life as a whole. The infinite wonders of the universe are revealed to us in exact measure as we are capable of receiving them. And that's been put in so many different ways. And this is how Helen Keller put it. So, how big is your bowl, your asking bowl? And Ernest Holmes, in 10 Ideas That Make a Difference, says, "We must think of our friends who have passed on as having gone forward. Evolution is ahead, not back." And that was on page 94 of 10 Ideas That Make a Difference. And the reading today is relative to all this. He said, "It's been little more than a year," our writer this month says, "It's been little more than a year since I accompanied my friend David to his final oncology appointment, the one where they tell you there are no more clinical trials in the queue. My friend was an extraordinary photographer, renowned for capturing beauty, people, and the wonder of the world around him. And he was equally beloved for his beautifully generous heart. In his final weeks, as many came to say goodbye, I had a rare moment alone with him. I whispered in his ear, 'David, do me a favor. What sign could you send me from the eternal playground? One that lets me know you're happily cared for in the grandness of it all.' And because our friendship was built on years of pranks and humor, I added, 'And don't send me any of that butterfly crap.' He smiled and after a brief moment whispered back, 'Horses, no, wait, galloping horses.' Months later, my partner and I visited the Sphere in Las Vegas, a technological marvel. We watched a film on the evolution of life. In the section on the animal kingdom, the screen filled with a dust cloud. Special effects rumbled our seats, and then a massive stampede of galloping horses on a screen the size of 4 football fields thundered toward us. Chills covered my body as I wept and whispered with joy, 'Run, David, run.'" So I think this kind of sums it up. You know, I mean, what do you really need to add to that? I don't feel any need to add anything to that. I know some of my colleagues in ministry might decide to go into long explanations and talks, but I'm not. I am going to say one thing though. Today is very special for my wife and I because many, many years ago, this is the day on which I proposed to her And she said, yes. And then she had been married before, and it had not been a good experience. So she said yes, but it turned out that in the following day, she was a bit concerned, thinking, gee, I hope I made a mistake this time. Well, it's been decades later, so obviously she didn't make a mistake. But she was driving along in The Hague. We lived in The Hague in the Netherlands at the time, and she was driving to work. And she said, God, give me a sign that the decision I've just made is a good one. So she's driving along. She stops at the light. There's one car in front of her. And the light's red. She looks down at the license plate on the car in front of her, and it's got BN and then some numbers and then DD. And that was BN for Barbara Nordhorn and DD for David Dewhurst. So talking about signs, David got his sign, from his friend who passed on. Barbara got her sign that she had the blessing of the Almighty to carry on, saying, yes, it is going to be okay. So the message to me is that, yeah, there are signs. I was talking to my neighbor this morning when I was walking, and she's pretty psychic, and she'll come out with stuff before you say it. And just like when I'm my wife's on the TV and I'm doing wordscapes, and I put in words exactly as somebody on the TV saying it. And that's happened literally hundreds of times, if not more. So we're all connected. So to me, this whole message is about accepting the signs that are given to us, but we have to look out for them. They're there, but we don't always see them. We have to be open, because this life is much, much bigger than you or I or anybody else could ever imagine. And I truly believe that. So when you are in need of something and you open it up to the universe, just believe you're going to get it, whether it's health, it's wealth, it's friendship, whatever it is. Just truly believe in your heart that it's coming to you, and it will come to you. However, your job is to look out for the signs to take advantage of that. It's always looking out for the signs, because they will be there. I give my full attention to the eternal display of the universe's grandeur and wonder. I give my full attention to the eternal display of the universe's grandeur and wonder. So I hope the ones of you watched it through to the end, because I just like to lift things up. And today I feel like lifting everybody up and saying, hey, it's there. Look for the signs. Look for the goodness. The universe is offering you goodness. Accept it. Accept it. And I'm knowing for each and every one, my prayer for each and every one is that everybody, including me, who's watching and listening to this, looks for the signs, sees the signs, accepts the signs, and accepts the wonder of the universe that it's got to offer them. So look out for my friend Reverend Lisa Ryan tomorrow at 9:15. I almost said 7:15. Well, it will be 7:15 Pacific, 9:15 Central Time. And look out for me tomorrow. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, maybe I can make it back by 5. Busy day tomorrow. So until you see me next time, tomorrow evening sometime, namaste.